Alright, feel much better now. So the last thing that I want to mention on the crafting is if you do get yourself into that situation where you no longer need to heal anybody, you just need to finish grinding the crafting grind, what I've found to be most effective is to just make these biological effect controllers over and over and over again in practice mode. That way you're not stacking up piles of these things. They only take 12 different units of resources, 6 organic, 6 inorganic, and they have a complexity of 10, which gives you a decent amount of experience based on the fact that they only require 6 and 6. And they're quick to make. Like I said, some people use crafting macros, which I'll post one in the description of the video, though I don't recommend using them because they're not completely autonomous. You still have to put the resources in, and if you miss a resource or you're not very good at clicking the right ones, it'll mess the whole macro up. So really what I do is once you have this crafting window open, choose the one you want in the list. If you hit your enter key, it's going to activate your chat, or at least with my, if you're in the first person shooter, I guess, keybind setup, it does that. Once you do this, once you click back onto the crafting window, the enter key is now going to be your next screen. So you can hit enter now, and that brings me to this. So you go ahead, you fill your resources in, whatever you want to do, and now, instead of having to go all the way down to assemble, just hit enter. Hit enter again to confirm. Brings you to this. Hit enter, enter, enter. You're done. You can go to the next one. Enter. See, resource. I don't use that. Resource. I don't use that either. I suggest putting the resources you want all in the same container. Enter, 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 enter. Done. And once you get into a groove of this, it becomes really fast. See? And I'm doing that right there. See, I have all 3 of these crafting tools grinding at the same time. That's why you would use the 4th, and maybe if you were even faster than me, a 5th. So that's why you need multiple tools, and that's the way I do it without using a crafting macro. It's just keep your hand on the enter key, and eventually you'll pick up the pattern that you hit it twice and then 3 times. Make sure you're in practice mode. And if for some reason your inventory is full when you're crafting, by the way, what happens is the item actually gets stuck in the crafting tool. So say I was at full inventory and I tried to make an item, well, that item will not be added to my inventory. However, once you clear up a spot for your inventory, you can still get the item by right-clicking on the tool, and there will be another option here that's like remove item from hopper or something like that. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But that's all for crafting. If you have any more questions on crafting, let me know. But now we're going to talk about different ways to heal, because this is probably the biggest question that I get. And there are 4 ways to heal. The most practical, I guess, maybe not for grinding, but when you think of a medic, you think of people fighting and getting healed, is to pair up with somebody who's doing a combat profession and go on missions with them and just heal them while they fight. That's one way to do it, especially because you'll be earning money as you do that. Probably the most common way to grind medic is to heal entertainers in the cantina while they dance. Keep their action bars up, because that's probably the most social way to do it, because they're grinding also. So it's almost like you're feeding each other experience. You're getting experience by healing them, and they're getting experience by dancing or playing music, which you're allowing them to do because you're healing them. It's like a just nice, friendly little circle. You could also, if you craft wound packs, you can sit in like a med center or a hospital and just heal wounds, which wound healing actually gets you more experience than damage healing. The only problem is finding people with wounds can be rather tricky. However, since you're allowed to multi-instance in the Emu, at least while it's still in beta, what I did is if you dual log log onto your medic on one character and log into an alt on another character, you can actually duel your alt repeatedly in the cloning facility and death blow them over and over and over again. And what happens each time you death blow them? Well, they get 100 wounds to both health action, or to each health action and mind. What a fantastic way to find a patient with a whole bunch of health and action wounds. And the cool thing is, the more wounds they get, the quicker it is to kill them. So, and then once their health action and mind bars are completely black with wounds, run them over to the med center and heal them up, and then do it all over again. And that right there, my friends, will get you Master Medic in no time. Trade secret though, don't share that with anyone. If anyone asks how you got Master Medic in 2 days, just send them here. But other than that, I only have a few other things to mention. I hit most of those. I was going to talk about medicine use, but I talked about that already. The fact that novice medics can use stim Bs, so you can actually, I think there are quite a few people that once you get higher in your medicine crafting grind, you can actually make some pretty decent stim pack Bs and sell them on the bazaar. So there is a way for medics to make money other than tips. A really important note is, if you ever try to heal somebody and you get a system message that says it would be unwise to help such a patient, the reason that is because the person you're trying to heal is part of either the Alliance or the Empire, and they are not on leave. So the way healing works is you can never heal somebody with a higher faction status than yourself. So what that means is, if you are neutral, like Mobius is, I can only heal people who are either neutral or on leave on either the Rebel side or the Imperial side. If you are an Imperial, if you're on leave, you can only heal neutrals, Rebels that are on leave, or Imperials that are on leave. Even though you are an Imperial, you cannot heal an Imperial who is covert, because since he's a higher faction status than you, if you were to heal him, it would be like exposing yourself as an Imperial. Get it? So if you ever get that system message, you basically just need to tell the person, hey, I can't heal you unless you're on leave, I'm sorry, and then it's going to be a 5-minute wait for that person before you can heal them or buff them. And I already talked about my suggested training path. So that's it. Like I said earlier about the resource materials for grinding, they're not that important. Later, you're going to want to get resources that have high, well, I guess it depends on what you're crafting. Potential energy, overall quality and potential energy are really important for the power. Overall quality and unit toughness are really important for the number of charges. And I think that's pretty much true for everything. Yeah. So you definitely want overall quality is 66%, or 2/3 of the of both attributes, and unit toughness is 1/3 of the number of charges, which is how many uses the item's going to have, and potential energy is 1/3 of how strong it is. So look for those once you master medic and you're looking to make some strong items. The only other thing that I can think of now, and I know I'm going to think of something as soon as I stop filming, but some of these things, by the time you get to Master Medic, like a small Stim Pack D, and even the C, I believe. Where's small Stim Pack C? Here it is. So notice you get the schematics for those here, but when I go to craft them, they are not listed there. That is because they require, not only do they require a specialized crafting tool, those ones do, but if I go to my data pad and I look for small stim pack, which one are you? D, requires specialized crafting tool and specialized crafting station. Now, the crafting stations, which again are something that I covered in the crafting video, but I'm just going to repeat it for anyone who's too lazy to go watch that. You're looking for a food and chemical crafting station. Now there's two kinds. There's a public and a private. You can find the public ones in any major city. Private ones you have to get that are player made and placed in a house. When you open your crafting tool next to one of these, you get more crafting options. So here you can see the C popped up. In order for the D and even the E, you would need to be on a private one. And I'm not even getting into factories in this video. I'll talk about those in my doctor video, which who knows when I'll get to that one, because I have a whole list of other videos that you guys are asking me to make. But this is definitely all I had written down for the medic guide. Like I said, I know I'm gonna think of something that I failed to mention as soon as I stop filming this. But if you guys have any questions, if I missed anything, please leave a comment and let me know. Let me know if this helped any of you. And if I think of anything that I missed, I'll either make like a short edition video to follow this, or I'll just add it in the description. So please read the description in case I add anything later. But that should be all you need to know to get to Master Medic. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being patient, and thanks for sticking through all the crap that's been going on in the last week. Hopefully those types of videos that I uploaded the last couple of days, yeah, I'm done with that. Just thanks for watching. I'll see you in game.